Welcome to Half Haunted, where we uncover the chilling, the curious, and the downright creepy. I'm your host, Candi, and today I'm with my lovely co-host, Raji. Hello,
Hello.
Raji.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Today we're taking a journey down America's most iconic road, Route 66. But this isn't just any road trip. Deep diving into the haunted history of ghostly tales that linger along 2,500 miles. From ghostly miners in California to phantom riders in Missouri, this episode is packed with legends and mysteries that will send shivers down your spine. So buckle up because we're headed straight into the heart of Route 66. The history of Route 66, it's known as the Mother Road. It was commissioned on November 11th, 1926. Connecting to Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California. It symbolized freedom, adventure, and the golden age of American road trips. But beyond its nostalgic charm lies a darker, eerie side, a road where history meets the paranormal. Let's start our haunted journey in the golden state of California.
California, here I come.
Come.
That's right. This one, we're going to talk about the ghost of Sam Kinison on Route 95. California's ghostly tales often begin with tragedy, and comedian Sam Kinison's story is no exception. On a dark night in 1992, it's been that long? Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man. Hey, okay, I remember the scream. I'll always remember a scream. But anyway, on a dark night in 1982, Kinison met his untimely death in a car crash along U.S. Route 95 near Needles. Route, potato.
Right, it's all the same.
Since then, witnesses have reported seeing his white Trans Am and hearing the screech of brakes echoing in the stillness of the desert. Is it Kinison's spirit reliving his final moments, or simply the lingering energy of a life cut short? Whatever the cause, the ghost of Route 95 reminds us that fame can't escape the grip of fate or the supernatural.
That would be interesting to see a ghost car, kind of like Christine, but a Trans Am with Sam Kinison in it.
And him yelling at you. Yeah.
You can never forget that scream, that's for sure.
No. Anyway, we're going to go on because I'll just reminiscing because, that was part of youth. Though we shouldn't have been listening. It was a part of our youth. Okay. Now we're off to Newberry Springs, and we're going to talk about Hatchet Lady. We journeyed to we're off to Newberry Springs. Newberry Springs, where the legend of the Hatchet Lady sends shivers down spines. The ghost of a woman in 1800s attire is said to wander the dry riverbed, clutching a bloody hatchet. Her tragic backstory changes with the teller. Some say she was a betrayed wife, while others claim she was a protector of her land. But all accounts agree on one thing: her presence is chilling. Locals warn against walking the dry riverbed at night. Several visitors have reported an unexplainable chill, accompanied by the sound of heavy footsteps that vanish without a trace. Could that be the Hatchet Lady still guarding her territory? What is she hiding? Is it money? Is it gold?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be walking down a dry riverbed at night. Period.
No.
Why would you? That's scary. Imagine seeing a lady with the hatchet coming at you and just walking down the dry riverbed. Hello, you see this lady. I'm out.
For a big rock. You never come back up off the ground again. Rock that took you out. But it didn't take you out. You didn't have time to get up off. No. We day and go home during the day. All right. Next, we are off to the Calico Ghost Town, which is nestled in the Mojave Desert. Once was a booming silver mining town before it fell silent in the late 1800s, but the silence didn't last. Today, the ghostly echoes of miners and townsfolk bring the town back to life, or perhaps death. At the Lane Home Needleport store, Lucy Lane's rocking chair moves on its own as if she's still tending to her shop. In Lil Saloon, the sounds of ruckus parties, piano music, and laughter are all heard late at night, though the building stands empty. Ghost miners include Malaki, and it's a bunch of malarkey, but it's the Mulcahy's.
The Malarkey brothers.
The Mulcahy brothers appear near the mine shaft, their phantom voices recounting Calico's mining days. Even Dorsey, the mail-carrying dog, has been seen running towards the mines. His loyal spirit is unyielding as ever. Calico Ghost Town captures the essence of California's mining history, blending its legacy of hard work and hardship with a haunting reminder that some stories never truly end. Oh, we going to Santa Monica too?
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I
do. I ate at the Bubba Gumps. And
yeah, me too. Good strawberry lemonade.
Yes. It'd be nice to be there right now and enjoy just the weather and the ocean. All right, but we're here for some ghostesses. The western terminus of Route 66 lies in the iconic Santa Monica Pier, a place of amusement and ghostly intrigue. Since its opening in 1909, the pier has hosted countless visitors and, it seems, a few spirits. The wooden carousel, built in 1916, is a focal point for paranormal activity, with a shadowy figure often seen riding the horses late at night. In the 1960s, the residents of the pier's converted apartments reported disembodied voices and eerie figures in the hallway. Haunting organ music has been heard playing from the carousel in the dead of night.
I've never been there at night, so
sorry. That's some haunting organ music has been heard playing from the carousel in the dead of night with no one near the instrument. Is it nostalgia that keeps these spirits tied to the pier, or is it something about this landmark that invites the supernatural? Either way, the Santa Monica Pier remains a unique intersection of joy and unease.
I never knew that about the Santa Monica Pier, though, about the carousel. I usually went there during the day, and it's a joyful place, fun and everything, but I've never been there at night. That'd be scary, though. You're on a carousel, you have music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Oh, I don't want that. All right, we're going to go to Casa del Cierto and Rachel, the Harvey girl. Finally, we visit Barso's Casa del Cierto, where history and hauntings converge. Once a bustling Harvey house, this historic building is said to be the home of Rachel, a ghostly Harvey girl who still takes orders in her black and white uniform. Patrons and staff report seeing Rachel gliding through the dining area, her presence accompanied by the faint scent of flowers. Ooh. Though she never speaks, her dedication to service seems to transcend time. Rachel's ghost offers a glimpse into the dedication of the Harvey girls, whose efforts help shape the West. Even in death, she continues to embody the spirit of hospitality. Well, she was a
yeah.
I mean,
she don't talk to nobody, but still serves you. Here's your food.
Right?
Glides across the restaurant.
It
smells the flowers. Here's your food. And
I mean, you smell things, but you don't taste it. But yeah, in the heart of Holbrook, Arizona, stands the Navajo County Historic Courthouse, a red brick relic of law and order from 1898. But beneath its historic charm lies a darker history, one with public executions, tragic spirits, and paranormal phenomena. The courthouse.
Phenomenal.
That's right. The courthouse was the site of George Smiley's public execution in 1900, a rare and controversial event that drew national attention. Sheriff Frank Watron's cheerful execution invitation even prompted President McKinley to intervene. Yeah. No. Smiley's restless spirit is said to haunt the courthouse, appearing as a shadowy figure in his former jail cell, or on the first floor. On the second floor, another ghostly figure known as Mary gazes sorrowfully out the window towards a tree where Smiley was hanged. Whether you believe these stories or not, the courthouse's layered history makes it a fascinating intersection of justice, tragedy, and the supernatural. Its lingering spirit seems to remind us of the gravity of its parent.
Yeah, this was featured on, I believe, like Ghost Adventurers and like Ghost Hunters and all that. I've always wanted to go inside. It's a really small courthouse. Mm-hmm. You drive right by it. It's in the main drag there, right off the I-40. I've always wanted to go, but I've never been inside.
Wow.
Maybe that's the reason why.
You know, now we're heading, which is not, how far is Flagstaff from Holbrook? Over an hour?
An hour?
Yeah. Because it's going towards New Mexico, which we'll be traveling there soon. But right now we're in Flagstaff. All right. Since 1927, the Hotel Monte Vista in Flagstaff has hosted celebrities and travelers alike, but its most enduring guests were those who never checked out. Room 306 is one of the hotel's most infamous spots where two women met in untimely deaths in the 90s. Visitors report feeling watched or even choked while staying in the room. Please stop. You're now.
Here we go again.
That's right. Dang. The Phantom Bellboy is another notable ghost, knocking on doors and cheerfully announcing room service. Oh. Even John Wayne reportedly encountered this spirit during his stay. Okay. A bank robber's ghost haunts the bar, still moving tools and drinks decades after dying from a gunshot wound in the 1970s. The Monte Vista blends glamour with ghostly intrigue, offering visitors a unique experience where history and the paranormal collide. Could these spirits be tied to the unresolved stories of the past, or are they just echoes of the hotel's prohibition era vibrancy?
Yeah, that whole town of Flagstaff is like haunted too. There's another episode on the Dead Files. I don't remember what's the later seasons. They did a whole 2 episodes on Flagstaff, how it's all connected, and Monte Vista was one, and then there's a crystal shop that was haunted. The whole town has haunted history. So I would recommend Monte Vista Hotel, especially stay in room 306. Apparently you might get choked. You might like it. You might get freaked out. I don't know, but stay in 306.
Yeah, 306. 306. It might charge you extra talking so much. Bring your toy back. All right. Went over to Lake Havasu. That's where the London Bridge is. And I've been there. I haven't been there in quite a few. I haven't been there since MTV did Spring Break there. That tells you how long I've been there.
Oh, wow.
Right. It's not every day you find a piece of London in the Arizona desert, but Lake Havasu's London Bridge offers just that and a few ghosts along with it. During the 1971 dedication of the relocated bridge, 1971, it has not been there, but during the 1971 dedication of the relocated bridge, witnesses saw 4 ghostly figures in the 19th century clothing walking across only to vanish midway. Visitors frequently report sensations of bustling crowds or being bumped by invisible figures while crossing the bridge, adding to the mystery of the ghost of the uniformed English Bobby patrolling the bridges as if he's still on duty. The London Bridge's relocation to Arizona was a monumental feat, but seems the ghost didn't want to stay behind. Could their lingering presence be tied to the bridge's history as the bustling crossing point over the Thames? The Thames. It's pronounced Thames if I'm correct.
I've never been to Lake Havasu, so I don't know, but I've heard reports that bridge is haunted. Again, there's been shows that have investigated that bridge and they've caught things. But we're going to head on over to my home state, New Mexico, and we're going to head over to Madrid, New Mexico, which is right outside of Albuquerque. So tucked away in the Ortiz Mountains lies Madrid, a former mining town steeped in history and mystery. Once bustling with miners, it's now a vibrant hub for art and tourism, but the spirits of the past still linger. Speaking of Madrid, you know the movie Wild Hogs? You remember that movie?
That was with John Travolta.
It had John Travolta and all them. Yeah, and they were
with the bird
on the bikes. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That town they stopped in where they had the pie and all that stuff, and that's Madrid. That was taped there. The Mineshaft Tavern, a local icon, is alive with more than just visitors. Objects move on their own, lights flicker, and a ghostly miner often appears in the bar's mirror. In the old Madrid cemetery, miners' apparitions wander amongst the graves, their identities as elusive as their shadows. Nearby Morgan Jones Mine, the site of a tragic explosion in 1932 that killed 14 miners, echoes with phantom cries for help. Madrid also shares New Mexico's infamous legend of the La Llorona, the weeping woman seen in arroyos searching for her lost children. Madrid's ghostly tales weave together its mining legacy with enduring folklore, creating an otherworldly tapestry that continues to captivate visitors. Could these hauntings be spirits of miners who met their untimely end, or are they echoes of the town's tumultuous history?
That's right.
What do you think?
It might be.
Yeah, it's a lot of history in that Madrid. A lot of history. So it's probably, just like it says, haunted.
Yes.
So we're going to head on to Albuquerque. Some of these locations are known to be haunted, and some of them I've been in and some of them I haven't. In Albuquerque, the past lives in a ghostly imprint on the present. From the storied Chemo Theater to the eerie foothills of Haunted Hill, the city's history and paranormal activity are deeply intertwined. The Chemo Theater, an architectural gem, is haunted by Bobby Darnell, a young boy who tragically died in 1951 boiler explosion. Bobby's mischievous spirit is known for playing pranks if performers forget to honor him with donuts backstage. Now look, I wouldn't be mad if a ghost wanted donuts. That's kind of neat.
Right, that's all he
wants is donuts. So the second ghost of the Chemo is a woman in a bonnet, wanders the aisles. Her connection to the theater's history remains a mystery. Past Manal Boulevard, Haunted Hill lives up to its name with ghostly screams, laughter, gunshots. A lantern-bearing figure is seen near a cave vanishing upon approach. Albuquerque's haunted sites offer a glimpse into the city's layered history, from playful spirit to Bobby Darnell. In the chilling echoes of Haunted Hill, each location tells a story of tragedy, resilience, and the unexplained. So that Haunted Hill thing, where it's Manal Boulevard, I asked my mom about that because my mom, grew up there. She raised there too. And a certain area back in the day was just all desert until the city grew.
Yeah.
And my mom said that there's been stories when she was younger that would happen too on Haunted Hill. You'd hear light, the lanterns, like what I explained. And I'm like, oh, really? And so my dad would party up there too when he was a teenager, and he would say things of that nature too. That was kind of weird and eerie. So, but now it has houses and it's all built up, and it's not deserty anymore.
Especially those who don't know, my house, the picture keeps moving. I'm like, well, there is history. Right.
So we're going to head over to Texas. Yeehaw! Let me see if I can pronounce this one right. The Natatorium.
I would say Natatorium.
Okay. The Natatorium story began in 1922. An indoor swimming pool, a facility designed to refresh Amarillo's residents during the hot Texas summers. But it wasn't long before the pool gave way to a different kind of entertainment. In 1926, the Nat was reborn as a dance hall, hosting parties that captured the energy of the roaring 20s. By the 1930s, the Nat underwent another transformation. A castle-like facade was added, lending a touch of whimsy and grandeur to this Texas treasure. It also became home to the Nat Cafe, cementing its status as an entertainment epicenter. During its heyday, the Nat featured legendary performers like Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, and Buddy Holly, making it a cornerstone of the big band and rock and roll eras. The building's ballroom wasn't just a stage, it was a place where community gathered, danced, and celebrated life. The Nat's lively history isn't the only claim to fame. Over the decades, reports of ghostly phenomenon have added an eerie dimension to its charm. Visitors and staff alike have experienced cold spots, strange noises, and even ghostly apparitions. One of the most persistent tales is that of a ghost couple dancing on the wooden ballroom floor during music events. Witnesses have also seen a woman in white, her dress stained with red and wandering in the building's upper rooms. Once used as a gambling hall, could she be a reminder that the Nat's more shadowy past? Ghost investigations conducted in 1990 capture a mysterious drumbeat and a woman's voice singing, as if the music of the Nat's golden era still lingers. Perhaps one of the most puzzling aspects of the Nat is the writing on its walls, literally. The words Monty McGee and his orchestra have appeared repeatedly on the building's exterior despite numerous repaintings. Who or what keeps bringing back this ghostly graffiti? It's a mystery that continues to baffle locals and visitors alike. The persistent marking, along with the building's other unexplained phenomena, raises questions about the connection between the past and the present. It is simply an enduring piece of history, refusing to fade, or could it be a message from beyond, reminding us of the vibrant life the Nat once hosted? Well, today, the Nat serves as an antique mall, offering visitors a chance to browse relics of the past, setting in steep history and maybe a touch of the paranormal. It's not common for guests to hear faint strains of music or catch a glimpse of a figure at the corner of their eye. While the dance hall no longer hosts ground parties, it occasionally springs to life with music events, blending a storied past with its current role as a community space. For those who walk through its doors, the Nat offers more than just antiques. It's an invitation to step back in time and perhaps feel the presence of those who once danced the night away.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
How it had all that history and all of a sudden, antique store. You're going to see the antique store and then you might hear some music and see a ghostly figure. I don't know.
Yes.
We're gonna head on over to Oklahoma. The Coleman Theater. It's in Miami, Oklahoma, at the historic Coleman Theater. Built in 1928 by George L. Coleman, this opulent venue has served as a cultural and paranormal landmark for nearly a century. The theater's vaudeville-era charm lives on in its intricate architecture and restored mighty Wurlitzer pipe organ. Yet beyond the grandeur lies a haunted history. The projection room is home to Mr. Roberts, a longtime projectionist who scent of bay rum cologne and heavy breathing still linger. What is bay rum cologne? I've never even smelled that. It must be really old-timey. I'm going to have to go and try to find that smell because that's interesting.
Well, if I find mine, I'll put it and send it to you in the mail.
All right.
Yeah.
The basement, formerly a mortuary crematorium, excludes explained heat and mysterious whistling sounds. Ghostly phenomenon in the dressing rooms include cold chills, disembodied voices, a shadowy figure, creating a hotspot for paranormal investigators. The Coleman Theater is a testament to early 20th century entertainment and its enduring appeal of the supernatural. Its restoration preserves both historical significance and its ghostly intrigue, making it a must-visit for history buffs and ghost hunters alike. So we're going to Claremore, Oklahoma for the Belvedere Mansion. Stands as a Gothic-style masterpiece, rich in history and mystery, commissioned in 1902 by railroad entrepreneur John Blayless. The mansion boasts 9,000 square feet of opulence, including a 3,200 square foot ballroom. Ghostly sightings include John and Mary Blayless, and John often seen on the porches and Mary in her second floor bedroom. Visitors frequently report cold spots, children's laughter, and the presence of a tragic spirit from the 90s who is often heard crying. Ongoing restoration efforts by the Rogers County Historical Society preserve its grandeur, adding to its allure as a paranormal destination. The Belvedere Mansion bridges the gap between luxury and loss, blending architectural beauty with eerie tales of its former inhabitants. It's a powerful reminder of the town of how history and the paranormal often intertwine. Crazy. Very crazy. So next up is some of the haunted landmarks in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that combine history with chilling supernatural tales. Some of the venues are Kane's Ballroom and the Brady Theater. So Kane's Ballroom was once a Prohibition nightclub. Kane's Ballroom evolved into a cultural hub, hosting legends like Bob Willis and later rock acts like Van Halen. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Ghostly sightings include Bob Willis himself, seen near the stage, and Joan, a flapper in a red dress who appears during performances. EVPs, shadow figures, and sudden temperature drops have been recorded, solidifying its haunted reputation. Now, for the Brady Theater, built in 1914, the Brady Theater's history includes hosting world-class performers and controversially serving as a detention site during the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. The ghost of Enrico Caruso, an opera legend, is said to linger near the stage, while echoes of tragedy from the massacre are reported in the men's bathroom area. Visitors frequently experience cold spots, disembodied voices, and an overwhelming sense of pain in the most haunted areas. Now, that's something that I would probably be intrigued to visit. I mean, just to see,
Right.
I feel things and stuff like that, so it'd be interesting. So finally, we're going to go to the Arapaho Cemetery. Arapaho Cemetery, where a story of love and grief transcends time. 1936, 19-year-old Robina Smith died in a car accident, leaving her deeply religious father, George Smith, devastated over her unsaved soul. George's sorrow endured until his death in 1972, but visitors report hearing his ghostly cries of anguish near Robina's grave to this day. A local pastor corroborated these accounts, describing the sobbing as a lament for Robina's lack of salvation. Arapaho Cemetery is a poignant reminder of how personal grief and religious conviction can leave a lasting impression both emotionally and supernaturally. George's eternal lament speaks to the enduring bond between a parent and a child even in death.
Yes, we're going to Kansas. Our next destination takes us to Fort Baxter, later renamed Fort Blair, where the echoes of Civil War battles continue to haunt the land. Fort Baxter withstood a surprise attack by Quantrill's raiders in 1863, but tragically struck when nearly 100 Union soldiers were ambushed and killed nearby in the Fort Baxter Massacre. We got a lot of massacres. Settlers...
I know.
I mean, my goodness. Settlers who unknowingly built homes on the site reported ghostly soldiers, phantom gunshots, and cries of pain. Today, the site is preserved as a state park, but visitors will still report sightings of Union soldiers walking the grounds. Whoa! Fort Baxter's history is a stark reminder of the sacrifices made during the Civil War. The lingering spirits connect us to the human cost of conflict and land's sacred significance.
Huh. There's state parks like that here that I wonder, there's Wakanda State Park here, and that place is interesting. Heck yes, I got a Wakanda. I have to send you the picture. I took a picture of it. I swear there's a Wakanda State Park. It's in Missouri, but it's across the river, but it's really close.
Yeah, I got so excited. I lost my place. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Ooh, the Spook Light Triangle. We delve into the Spook Light Triangle, a region spanning Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, where unexplained lights have danced across the landscape for over 125 years. The Cherokee legend attributes the lights to a chief's daughter and her forbidden lover wandering eternally after their tragic deaths. Another tale involves a grieving miner searching for his lost family with a lantern, while others connect the lights to William Quantrill's ghostly pursuits. Modern theories like atmospheric refraction and natural gas have yet to provide a definitive explanation for the lights, leaving the mystery intact. The Spook Light Triangle is a captivating blend of folklore and unexplained phenomena, drawing us to a timeless mystery that continues to defy modern understanding.
Heard about that. How these lights go. Been stories told like that for years and years and decades. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Whoa.
All right. We're going to head over to Missouri, the Show Me State.
Excuse me.
So this is Zombie Road. It's one of Missouri's most infamous haunted locations. The Zombie Road, or Lawler Ford Road, known for its eerie lights and tragic deaths. The ghost sightings, this 2-mile stretch is a blend of history and mystery. Zombie Road was built in the 1860s as an industrial route, but gained its eerie reputation through Native American legends and the unexplained lights known as the spook lights. In 1876, tragedy struck when Delia McCullough, was killed by a railroad car, and her screams are still reported near the site of her accident. An abandoned beach houses along the road add to the area's haunted lore, including the ghost of a woman who yells at trespassers long after her death. Zombie Road offers a captivating glimpse into the intersection of history and folklore, where tales of headless warriors, tragic deaths, and glowing orbs blur the line between fact and fiction. Now, if I'm driving down this road and I see a ghostly figure of a woman yelling at me, I'd freak out. Would you freak out if you saw somebody that you knew that was not alive?
I'm heading to my next destination, or I turn around and get gas and take a different route because it ain't happening. No,
not today.
Oh, you're not yelling at me.
So next we'll visit the Belvedere Mansion, the oldest brick house still in use in St. Louis, built in 1823. It's not just a historical treasure, it's also home to a ghostly residents who refuse to leave. Captain Louis Bissell, the mansion's original owner, is often seen in a military uniform near the parking lot, keeping a watchful eye on his home. A mysterious woman in a long dress haunts the dining room and staircase, vanishing when approached. During the renovations, workers reported disappearing tools, malfunctioning equipment, hinting at the spirit's interference. The Bissell Mansion combines history preservation, the paranormal intrigue, offering visitors a glimpse of St. Louis's past through the eyes of its eternal resident. So now we're going to travel over to Waynesville, Missouri, which I've never been there, where the legend of the Phantom Rider, let me see if I can get this one. The Phantom Rider of Roebuck's Creek brings a chilling tale of betrayal, vengeance, and ghostly justice. The story, the story begins with Confederate Colonel Charles Potter, who accused Elder Maupins, a preacher by day and a gang leader by night.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
I'm going to pray for you during the day, but I'm going to shake you at night.
That's right. Let me catch you in the street.
Oh my God. I'll pray for you and I'm going to shoot you.
That's right.
After Potter was fatally shot during a confrontation, Maupins and his accomplice met grisly ends, fueling rumors of Potter's ghostly revenge. To this day, visitors near the old church ruins report glowing lights, phantom horse sounds, and a ghost rider guarding the area. The Phantom Rider's tale is a testament to how history and folklore merge to create enduring legends and captivate and terrify on equal measure. Well, I would be terrified.
Yeah.
Now, a preacher can't get over that. Preacher during the day and a gang member at night. Imagine that. That is wild to me. Now, in St. Charles, Missouri, which is just right outside of St. Louis, South Main Street offers a picturesque view of Missouri's past, but its history is layered with the ghostly whispers, eerie apparitions, and lingering aromas of lives long gone. The relocation of Borromeo Cemetery in 1853 stirred restless spirits, leading to hauntings in the 400 to 700 blocks of South Main Street. Apparitions of an 18th century couple and a young girl who perished in a fire are frequently seen by shopkeepers and visitors. The scent of phantom bread baking and whispered French conversations add to a unique cultural layer to the street's paranormal activity. South Main Street blends the charm of a cultural hub with the intrigue of supernatural, inviting visitors to explore its haunted legacy. Now, smelling French bread, but being scared with the sounds. I mean, I wonder, I gotta look that up on Google, South Main Street, see how many actual houses are there. I don't know much about that. South Main Street. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Our final stop is Peace Church Cemetery in Joplin. The resting place of Billy Cook, one of America's most infamous spree killers. His unmarked grave is the center of the ghostly sightings tied to his violent life and death. Billy Cook's troubled life, marked by poverty and abandonment, accumulated in the killing spree that claimed 7 lives in the 1950s. Buried in secrecy due to his crimes, his grave is associated with glowing lights, shadowy figures filled with palpable anger. Visitors report vaporous shapes and an eerie lantern-like lights, adding to the cemetery's haunting atmosphere. Peach Church Cemetery serves as a stark reminder of how unresolved lives and tragic ends can leave a lasting spectral imprint on the places they touch. Now, with these cemeteries, like, most of them close at night, unless you're out in the country, and you can go visit those ones that don't really have like the ones here in town, they close, like they have gates. So I don't know how people know about all this stuff, unless you're the caretaker there. But either way, that's scary. So we're going to head over to the state I live in now, which is Illinois. The Biograph Theater. It's Chicago's Biograph Theater is a historic venue forever etched in infamy as the site of gangster John Dillinger's dramatic demise. On July 22nd, 1934, Dillinger, public enemy number 1, was ambushed by federal agents outside the theater. His bloody end left not only a historical mark, but a otherworldly one too. After being betrayed by his companion, Anna Campanata? My apologies if it... All right. Anna Campagnas, Dillinger's violent death unfolded in the alley beside the theater. Witnesses today report eerie sounds, phantom gunshots, and footsteps, and even ghostly reenactments of Dillinger's final moments. The alley is now a magnet for history buffs and ghost hunters alike, as visitors swear they've seen a shadowy figure collapsing to the ground. Was that Dillinger's charisma so powerful that even death couldn't keep him from the limelight? That's one place I want to see, is places in Chicago that are haunted. Oh yeah, on my bucket list for this summer. I plan on going to Chicago this summer.
So is that where the Valentine Fair happened to?
Yes, around there.
That's the way we Valentine's Day.
Right?
Yeah. The proper way of Valentine's.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
So, yeah, exactly. Mount Carmel Cemetery.
Yeah.
It's the Italian bride's eternal vigil. So Hillside, Illinois is home of Mount Carmel Cemetery, a sacred yet ghost ground. Among its many graves lies the resting place of Julia Bucula Petta, better known as the Italian bride. Julia's tragic death during childbirth in 1921 turned into a miracle or a mystery when her body was exhumed 6 years later. To the astonishment of witnesses, Julie's body showed no signs of decay. That's weird. Today, visitors encounter ethereal mists, phantom scents of roses, and even ghostly figures of a bride wandering the cemetery at night. Julie is still waiting for her happy ending that she never received in life? I don't know. That's weird, to be buried and then not have any decay like that after years.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're
That's some good formaldehyde or whatever they put in your body.
Yeah.
Man. Few landmarks are as iconic as the Wrigley Field home of the Chicago Cubs, but did you know that this beloved ballpark is also one of the most haunted stadiums in the world? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Either did I. From the ghost of Charlie Grimm, a former manager pacing the dugout, to the ghostly presence of legendary sportscaster Harry Carey in the press box. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Wrigley is he was fun. I liked him with his glasses. It's 1, 2, race structure, and he's all
training. Yup.
Yeah. Wrigley is alive with spirits. Security guards have reported phantom bullpen phone calls late at night, believed to be Grimm checking on his team. For the Cubs fans, it seems even after life, they can't keep him from the game. So that's crazy. I never knew that Wrigley Field was one of the most haunted stadiums in the world. Not just the United States, the world.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now we're going to go over to Rialto Square. Our journey takes us to Juliet's Rialto Square Theater. a dazzling venue dubbed the Jewel of Juliet. But beyond its stunning chandeliers and grand marble walls, ghostly figures add a haunting role to its rich history. Witnesses frequently spot a man and a woman in the balcony, their presence accompanied by an unexplained chill. Backstage, a misty woman appears near an organ, possibly lingering spirit from the theater's vaudeville days. These ghosts may be Rialto's most loyal patrons, enjoying the shows long after the final curtain. So Juliet is not that far from me, maybe a couple hours north of me. They have the Juliet prison, too. Our final stop brings us to Springfield and the architectural marvel that is Dana Thomas House, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1902. This home is a masterpiece of prairie-style design and a hot spot for ghostly encounters. The home's original owner, Susan Dana, was known for hosting extravagant parties and seances. Today, visitors report cold spots, disembodied voices, and a fleeting figure sitting on an antique furniture. Are these spirits the remnants of Dana's seance guests, or something more tied to her family's tragedies? I don't know. From coast to coast, Route 66 isn't just a highway, it's a living storybook of history, legends, and spirits that refuse to be forgotten. Whether you're planning on your own road trip or prefer to explore from the safety of your own home, remember, every mile has its mysteries and every stop has its ghosts. Thank you for joining me and Raji on this journey down haunted Route 66. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share your own ghost stories with us. Until next time, stay curious and maybe a little cautious out there on the open road.
Yes.